Well, on this channel, I never like to overpromise, so there are tentative things I've got cooking in the kitchen. If you want a preview, become a channel member. You'll get more and more details. Well, let's get to it. So, let me just do a quick side note. And I'm being a little playful, but I'm being somewhat serious. So, James Gunn recently was in California to promote Peacemaker Season 2. And again, I like James Gunn. I think he's a very good writer and director. But it's fair to say that due to the Snyder Cut movement, recent actions by DC and Warner Brothers, the fandom's become a little polarized between the big Snyder people, and again, I'm a big Snyder fan as well, just to lay out my biases. And again, this happens. People get ovations, but there was this weird moment at the beginning of the Peacemaker panel where it was like, all the fans were like, yes, James, I love you, clapping and clapping, and James was like, yeah, I love it. I love it, guys. It's like, so there is a cult emerging before our eyes. I don't know. I'm just noting the warning signs. I'm just noting warning signs. So let's now get to Peacemaker official trailer, guys. It's the official trailer, not really official teaser. So this is the full trailer. What did I think? Well, despite my pro-Snyderism, I thought it was above average. But there were a few things that left me a little bit, And again, I'm not going to spoil Superman, but I will have to give away that Peacemaker does appear in Superman. I'm not going to say more than that. Makes a brief cameo. I'll just leave it there. I think it's pretty obvious James Gunn will have Superman appear some way in Peacemaker Season 2, but we don't know for sure. So, why does that matter? How does that affect the story? Well, I thought Season 1 was pretty golden. It was pretty near perfect. I did like the main story. I wish they kept it a little bit more local, but they went fairly cosmic in Season 1. So this is consistent with Season 1. However, I am seeing some warning signs that this is not going to be as good as Season 1. Why do I say that? So I guess Peacemaker is feeling bad about himself and still feels unsure and discovers portals. And these portals lead to a better place where Peacemaker is loved and everyone likes him. So he's got to make a hard choice. Will he stay in the alternate goody-goody dimension, or will he return to our dimension and struggle? Well, as always, you have the James Gunn trademark humor, which I think actually was better in the teaser. I think the teaser actually had better jokes. This one was overall kind of sad, but also a lot of joyful moments. And the dialogue to me was not as sharp, but that's just my opinion. So overall, does it sell Season 2? Yeah, I think it sells you. It's setting up an interesting dynamic conflict. So essentially, keeping it simple, Peacemaker killed the Flag. So Daddy Flag, the son of the Flag, is very, very angry and wants revenge. So it's like, okay, that's interesting. And again, not trying to destroy Superman, but yes, the Flag appears in Superman. Yes, that was already in the trailers. That's confirmed. So Superman is sort of prefacing what they're going to do with Peacemaker. And spoiler, I thought Superman did many good things, but overall, I have to say it's below average. It was above average in many ways, but yeah, there were key moments that were below average. And that's Superman. It's not Peacemaker. It's a totally different world, totally different character universe. But I'm very fearful he's going to import a lot of Superman things into Peacemaker Season 2. And my guesstimate with the portal thing, it's not going to work. It just feels like, and again, this is not James' fault, but once they reordered the universe, getting rid of the Snyderverse, they created a lot of continuity issues, a lot of puzzles. And Superman, for the most part, ignores it. And I guess Peacemaker will confront it and try to make the canon more correct. So I'm a little fearful it won't work. That said, very talented cast. Looks like a lot of things will be funny, right? Like Peacemaker and the Eagle, that's very consistently funny. But I'm not sure they're going to be up to the task here. It just feels like, But again, I don't want to just be considered a hater. Like, for instance, there's a good moment where they're basically having some fun with John Economist, who's one of the more minor characters. I thought the things with him were really consistently funny. So I do expect that certain key episodes in Peacemaker will be solid and will be very good. I'm just worried about how this story, if I guesstimate where they're going to go, how they're going to build it up, and how to resolve things. Because James Gunn is, yes, he's willing to do experimental stuff. There was fairly experimental stuff in Superman and Guardians of the Galaxy, which I appreciate. But if he's going to do a very traditional one step, two step, three step, and here's the resolution, I'm very fearful the resolution will be unsatisfying. I'll be like, okay, I guess. I mean, you laid out enough that it's plausible, but I'm just not seeing this as a natural, organic development of Peacemaker. It just seems like this is a wild tangent story that they need to create to get to the Gunverse. And again, we're at the beginning of the Gunverse. We don't know if it's going to work out. But I have to admit, we're off to a very rocky start with Superman and technically Blue Beetle, which I admire and I recommend Blue Beetle. So I'm kind of torn. There were many good things, Superman. There were many good things in Blue Beetle. But this is James Gunn, now the architect of an entire universe. He's not just a director of a series or even director writer of a whole movie or series of movies. It's the whole thing. He's got pretty strong power over the whole universe. I'm a little fearful they're going to go a little too far. And again, now that he controls the whole canon, he can do this. He can just wipe out certain things. He can bring back certain things. Now he's promised if somebody dies, somebody's dead, he's not going to reverse that. So he's made that a promise. Okay, that's good. However, I'm just fearful with the portal. He's giving himself a loophole to just do whatever he pleases. And again, technically all writers and directors have that. But yeah, very few writers and directors can command a whole studio. I'm very fearful there, right? But I appreciate that Gunn is a good writer. He does have a very active pro fan base. Apparently, they're trying to destroy Fantastic Four. God bless them. I'm just looking at the quality of season 2, the trailer. It was exciting, funny enough. I do think, though, it is slightly lower quality than the teaser and even lower quality than the trailers for season 1. Now, granted, season 1 had a better premise, had a better opening, and again, it was just fresh and new, right? It was the James Gunn element in that older DC universe. But now it's going to be good or bad, mainly a Gunverse. So now I think, it's just not special anymore, right? It's just going to be, it's more Gunnisms. And some of the Gunnisms are fine. They're very funny. They're very sharp. They fit the characters. But I don't know, that portal thing, that's a big one. That is a big one. I'm like, okay. Right. And it doesn't seem to cohere with what happened with Superman. So are these special portals? Why do his portals work the way they do? I don't, and again, it's also, we know it's a metaphor, right? It's not real. It's a fiction, but I don't know. I'm a little nervous where they're going to go. I'm a little nervous, but there were good enough things. So I think some episodes will be really, really good. But am I looking forward to this? I am more nervous. I'm frankly more nervous than anything. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Every episode will be a 10 out of 10. But I'm fearful this will be lower quality than season 1, which would still be really good, right? Being like an 8 out of 10 in my eyes. It's not bad, but we're going from near perfection with Peacemaker season 1. I'm not saying it was perfect. There were a few flaws here and there, but overall, I was like, wow, this is pretty much 9 out of 10 all the way through with very few clunky episodes. But that was season 1. That was season 1. I just don't know if they're going to be able to get back to that 9 out of 10ness. Maybe they'll hit 8 out of 10ness. I don't know, but I'm fearful it will be a little bit lower than that. That's where I stand. But I do recommend the trailer. It was amusing, but I don't think I'm amusing enough in my eyes. And there were elements though that were great. Which this is no spoiler review. We will get to a minor spoiler review where I will have a lot more praise, but no spoiler review. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Worth clapping about? No. 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 Not worth clapping about. But again, it's a trailer. Maybe the series will be actually a lot better. But from the trailer, I'm a little fearful. I'm a little fearful.